giving you hormones is not benign, okay? It's not. Anytime a doctor steps into that room and starts, interacting with you and begins to, engage in a therapeutic engagement with you, prescribing medications, specifically, that is not that's not just some blindly done thing. There's always risk. So if you prescribe a woman, say, progesterone, which is the most benign one we can prescribe, you have to understand, is this woman going to be a reverse responder? Is she going to go have an opposite response to it? Because that's a possibility. So you always keep that in your mind. Can you lab for that? Not easily, but there are things you can do to look into that. What else? You give her progesterone for, say you're giving her progesterone for anxiety. What if it's her thyroid? What if it's something else? What if it's a relationship? What if it's her spouse? What if it's work? What if she has PTSD? What if it's cortisol? Why is she not, and say you do run the lab work and she's low in progesterone, why is she low in progesterone? Is it because she is perimenopause and now she has luteal phase insufficiency due to the fact she's not ovulating like she once was, because that's towards the end of her, fertility, years of fertility? Maybe. What if her prolactin is elevated? You have to run that lab. That's part of being a doctor. Because what if the prolactin is elevated? Well, then you normalize that prolactin and that would see ovulation improve, hopefully. If it isn't, then yeah, you use progesterone. But you deserve us to understand you. Say I start treating you with estrogen. I know when I give you estrogen what it's going to do. I just know it. I know it. We have to know it. As a doctor, you're trained to do that. So I know if I give you estrogen orally, oral estradiol is going to have a higher conversion rate to something called estrone. I need to run that lab if I'm giving you orally. No matter what, I got to run that lab. Because estrone's an inflammatory estrogen. Now, you have to have it. It's a part of being alive. But if it becomes elevated, too high, it's going to be at a higher risk for developing clots because estrone stimulates thrombin. There'll be a citation right here. Estrone also is associated with breast pathology and breast cancer. And there's a study here for that. That's just two I just grabbed off the top of my head. Estrone's not benign. You have to have it, like I said, but it has to be in range and ratio, just like all hormones in your body. Some women absorb it better than others.